Salut, Pascal Moscato here. In today's video, we are going to have a look at how to create a ragdoll animation with constraint and passive and active ragdoll to achieve something like we are just seeing right now. We are going to create a dead body that is being carried by another guy. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So in this scene, we have this character here, character A, who is walking and until he reaches a certain point and is dropping something on the ground. We have character B, who is a dead body, and he will be laying on character A shoulder. And so we want this dude to be a ragdoll, and this dude will carry a ragdoll too, but only as a collision box. I have already created those ragdoll. If you don't know how to do that, please go back in my previous video about ragdoll to learn how to create them and the basic setup. So as I mentioned, this dude here, character A on the right, is set to passive. So the ragdoll will follow the animation. Character B is set to active. So if I activate it right now, the ragdoll will simply fall on the ground or on his shoulder. Like this. To help me in this video, I will also create a new property window. Have my physics solver selected and lock it. That way it's more convenient to activate and stop the physics solver. So if we start this and hit play, you can see the ragdoll is sliding. So it would be good to create a constraint. We are going to constrain the hip to the character A spine. Let's do that. We're going to go into the asset browser under constraint, take a parent-child constraint, simply take character B hip effector, set as the constrained object, go into character A, select the end effector and put it into the source parent and use snap. So right now it's good, it follows and at frame 280 we want to stop the constraint. I'll go a step one frame before, set the weight to 280, I'll set the weight of the constraint to 0 and key that. So there's the release. It doesn't work right now because I haven't set a key. When the constraint is at 0, it goes back at the beginning, as you can see here. So I'm gonna keyframe just the frame before and move it here. So now it stays there. All right. So when the activation of the hip ragdoll will happen, it will start from here. Okay, so that's good, but it's not gonna work if there is no passive effector. Let's fix that. To do that, we're going to go into body part activation and uncheck global activation hip, open the tab, and under activation hip, we want to set this to passive. So now you can see the hip is not moving at all. It follows the constraint as intended. If I start moving character A, it simply follows. Okay. So let's watch. When the constraint is turned off at frame 280, this is the moment where we want to say to the hip, go active. And the frame before, it needs to be passive. So in one frame, from passive to active, like this. All right, let's have a look. Okay, some important thing I haven't mentioned. The first one is to go here and use snap on frame or no snap at all. The reason for that is we don't want this type of behavior. You see, as I'm moving one frame to the other, it pops. We don't want that. We want something more fluid. We use no snap. So when you hit play, it's a lot more smoother. Another thing you can notice is you see the character's legs are here, but the Ragdoll's legs are here. And that's not good. To fix that problem, you only need to select all of the effectors and turn the IK blend rotation to 100. So now it follows. Let's reset that and start over. So that's a lot better. There is still some glitches that you can fix on your own. The reason for most of this is collision. So you can change the way the guy is holding the character. Changing the pose can change a lot of things because the arm right here is colliding with the Ragdoll. Also the setup of the Ragdoll has to do with all of this. So play around with this, make sure the constraint is good, make sure the position is good, make sure your effector are being used, and you can end up with a pretty good result. So we did that in just 4 minutes, 5 minutes. If you spend more time on it, you can definitely improve the quality. And that's pretty much it for today. So I hope you've learned something. Don't hesitate to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, share with a friend, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. À la prochaine.